Kerwin White. The name invokes images of a frog in a swamp playing banjo, singing about rainbows. At least that's what it reminds me of, is Kermit the Frog. I don't know who picked the name Kerwin, but I've never heard it on a white person before. Maybe Alfred, but not Kerwin. But anyways, Chavo Guerrero in 2005 became Kerwin White. Now, how this started was after a production meeting. Vince McMahon came up to Chavo and said, "Hello, Kerwin. Today you're going to renounce your Hispanic heritage and become a white man." And Chavo said he had two choices in this. One, he could say no. He could say no and be put on the back burner or maybe fired. Or two, he could get 110%. And he chose to give it 110%. Now, Chavo had some luck before in the cruiserweight division and tagging with his Uncle Eddie in Los Guerreros. But he had just moved to Raw and he needed something new. So, on his first Raw, after he moved there with the supplemental draft, he renounced his Spanish heritage, he renounced his Hispanic heritage, and said he was now a white man by the name of Kerwin White. And insulted Maria. Poor Maria. She got covered in chocolate milk, which a video everyone should see. And then she got insulted by Chavo Guerrero and many others. She later went on to have a great career. And have like 8 kids. Now, his first full in-the-ring thing, people chanted Chavo at him. And his answer to the chants of Chavo was, "Chavo is another unemployed Mexican looking for a job at a taco truck, at a taco stand, like all the other Mexicans. He is Kerwin White. He came down the ring in a golf cart with golf clubs in the back. He did a little white person dance, which was weird as hell. I think I could dance better than that. I have no rhythm. And he used his catchphrase, 'White is right.' Because apparently white is right. That's also Trump's catchphrase. So then he got into a feud with Shelton Benjamin after he started making derogatory remarks about blacks and Hispanics and Asians, pretty much anyone not white. Not from Europe, who's not white. And I mean really white. Like from Sweden white, where they just disappear into the snow. And then you never hear from them again. So, he got into his feud with Shelton Benjamin, which he was not winning, so he hired Nick Nemeth, the future Dolph Ziggler, as his caddy to help him win matches. And him and Nick Nemeth were featured in vignettes, doing stuff like playing golf and other white people things. Now, I couldn't find any of these vignettes. Though I did see one where he was playing golf. Because all white people love golf. I don't know how many times I've been on a golf course or played golf. Though I own no golf clubs and have never been on a golf course. I've never actually been to a country club either. Though I do like the song "Country Club" by Travis Tritt. I don't think that counts as going to a country club. Anyways, So then, this did nothing for either career because Kerwin White was one of the more racist characters that WWE actually created. And Nick Nemeth did not get any sort of boost with this. He didn't get any sort of boost till he became Dolph Ziggler. And Chavo did not get any sort of boost with this because the audience absolutely fucking hated him. To the point where they didn't even react when he was in the ring. Even though at one point, he wanted to come out dressed as a Ku Klux Klan member. Vince was behind it, but the people at the network said no. Which was probably the smart thing to say. I hate to say it. That was probably the smart thing to say. Because you don't want a Ku Klux Klan member on TV because you don't want to deal with those calls and emails. Though Jerry Springer did do it. And he also had black people on that episode too, which was the magic formula. Black people and Ku Klux Klan members. Anyways, this all ended in November of 2005. It only lasted like 4 months. It ended in November of 2005 when Chavo checked in the same hotel as his uncle Eddie Guerrero. Now, him and Eddie Guerrero were uncle and nephew, but they're more like brothers because they were around the same age and they grew up together. And they were both in WCW together. They both were in WWE together. They were more like brothers. And security came and woke up Chavo because a wake-up call for Eddie didn't respond. So they unlocked Eddie's door and they found Eddie unconscious. Chavo attempted CPR, but when paramedics got there, they declared Eddie dead. Now, this is the sad part of the video, but it's good for Chavo because it got him out of Kerwin White. Vince asked Chavo that day if the show should go on or if they should cancel it. Chavo said no. Eddie would say the show should go on. He'd never agree with canceling the show, but they should do a tribute show or something. So they did a tribute show, and Eddie and Chavo wrestled on it back as Chavo Guerrero. He dyed his hair black back to black. It was blonde on when he was Kerwin White. And he wrestled JBL and won with Eddie's moves. And Chavo was a face again. And for like a month or two, and then he turned heel again. But this was also the catalyst which launched Rey Mysterio into the world title hunt and got him a world heavyweight championship. But we all remember Kerwin White. He was the whitest Mexican ever. And he played golf. Yeah, I got nothing else for you. Join me later this week for Return to Sleepaway Camp. There are no white Mexicans in Return to Sleepaway Camp. I know you're bummed. See you then.